Someone mentions another person, a friend, a coworker, an ex, and suddenly something shifts inside you. It's subtle at first. A small tightening in your chest, a flicker of comparison. Your mind begins asking questions. Why are they talking about them like that? Are they closer than I thought? Am I being replaced? You try to ignore it, but the feeling lingers. This is the psychology of jealousy. And despite its reputation as a negative emotion, jealousy didn't evolve by accident. In fact, jealousy is one of the brain's most ancient social alarm systems. Let's start with something fundamental. Humans are deeply relational creatures. For most of human history, survival depended on maintaining strong bonds, romantic partners, allies, family members, social groups. Losing an important relationship didn't just hurt emotionally. It could threaten survival itself. Because of that history, the brain developed mechanisms to detect potential threats to important bonds. Jealousy is one of those mechanisms. At its core, jealousy is not simply envy. Envy happens when someone else has something you want. Jealousy happens when you fear losing something you already have. And that distinction matters. When jealousy appears, the brain interprets a situation as a possible shift in loyalty or attention. Your mind begins scanning the environment for evidence. A change in tone, a delayed reply, a new friendship, a casual mention of someone else. These signals may be small, but the brain treats them as social data. And once jealousy activates, attention narrows. You begin monitoring details more closely. Who liked that post? Why did they laugh at that message? Why are they spending time with that person? Your brain is trying to answer a single underlying question. Is my position in this relationship secure? But here's where things become complicated. Jealousy isn't purely rational. It's shaped by perception, past experiences, and personal insecurity. Two people can observe the exact same situation and interpret it completely differently. One person may see harmless interaction. Another may see potential betrayal. Why does that difference exist? Often, it comes down to attachment patterns. Attachment theory suggests that early relational experiences shape how secure we feel in close relationships later in life. People with secure attachment tend to trust that their bonds are stable. Even if small threats appear, they don't immediately assume abandonment. But people with anxious attachment often experience stronger jealousy responses. Their brain is highly sensitive to signs of distance or rejection. So when uncertainty appears, the emotional response becomes amplified. It's not just curiosity, it feels like danger. Now let's look at the cognitive side of jealousy. When jealousy begins, the mind often creates narratives to explain what's happening. Maybe they like that person more. Maybe they're losing interest in me. Maybe I'm not enough anymore. These interpretations may or may not be accurate. But once the narrative forms, confirmation bias takes over. The brain begins searching for evidence that supports the fear. A neutral action suddenly feels suspicious. A casual interaction looks meaningful, and the emotional intensity grows. There's also an important biological component. Jealousy activates the brain's threat detection system, particularly regions associated with social pain and vigilance. This can increase heart rate, sharpen attention, and heighten emotional sensitivity. Your body prepares for potential loss. In evolutionary terms, jealousy motivated protective behavior. It encouraged individuals to pay attention to their relationships and defend important bonds. But in modern life, those instincts can sometimes misfire. Because relationships today involve complex social networks, digital communication, and constant visibility. Social media adds another layer to jealousy. Now you can see interactions that previous generations would never have known about. Likes, comments, follows, shared photos. Small signals become visible evidence. And when those signals involve someone you care about interacting with someone else, the brain may interpret it as competition, even when nothing meaningful is actually happening. Comparison also plays a powerful role. Jealousy often triggers evaluation. What do they have that I don't? Are they more attractive? More interesting? More successful? This comparison shifts focus away from the relationship and towards self-worth. Now the question isn't just about loyalty. It's about adequacy. And when jealousy merges with insecurity, the emotional experience becomes much heavier. But here's an important distinction. Feeling jealous doesn't make someone controlling or irrational. It simply means the brain's detected a potential threat to connection. What matters is how that feeling is handled. Some people respond by communicating openly. They express their concerns and seek reassurance. Others respond by becoming suspicious, controlling, or accusatory. Those reactions often damage the very relationship the brain was trying to protect. Because trust cannot grow in an environment of constant monitoring. Healthy relationships rely on something deeper than vigilance. They rely on security. Security means believing that connection doesn't disappear the moment attention shifts elsewhere. It means understanding that people can have multiple meaningful relationships without replacing each other. And building that security requires something many people find uncomfortable: vulnerability. Instead of reacting to jealousy with accusation, it often helps to name the underlying feeling. Not, "Why are you talking to them?" but "I felt a little insecure when I saw that and I wanted to talk about it." That shift transforms jealousy from confrontation into conversation. Now the emotion becomes something both people can understand together. There's another important insight about jealousy. Sometimes it reveals genuine issues in a relationship. If trust has been broken before, the brain remains vigilant longer. If communication is unclear, uncertainty grows. Jealousy in those cases may signal unresolved tension that needs attention. But sometimes jealousy says more about internal fears than external reality. And learning to distinguish between those two possibilities is an important psychological skill. The goal isn't to eliminate jealousy completely. That emotion is part of being human. The goal is to understand it, to recognize when your brain is protecting connection, and when it's projecting fear. Because jealousy, at its core, is simply the mind asking a question: am I still important here? And when that question can be answered with trust, communication, and reassurance, jealousy slowly loses its intensity. On Psychtrum, we explore the hidden psychological forces shaping everyday emotions and behavior. And in the next video, we'll examine another powerful emotional experience: why some people feel intense envy when others succeed. I'll see you there.